Alright guys, what's up? Today we're going to do some linkage work on here because my linkage bearings for sure need to be greased, and I'm not entirely sure if I have one bad. I can't tell if this is just take up in the linkage or if I have a bearing bad, so when we take it apart we'll find out. And I might have the bearing to put in there because I have a few left over, because when I got this bike it was completely thrashed. All the bearings had to be changed. And surprisingly, only a few in the linkage were bad, so I have a few extras and I'm not sure which ones are bad, so we'll figure that out. Alright, so got the dog bones off, or whatever these are called. They definitely need to be cleaned off because they're pretty dirty. And then the last bolt I have to take off should be this shock one right here. And then the rest of this linkage should be ready to come out, and then we can see how the bearings are in that. So, alright, I'm going to find the socket and get that off. Oh, I still have to take off this front linkage bolt too. That one's going to kind of suck. Did you get that off?
Yes, sir.
No, it might have been easier to take this one off first. If it worst comes worse, I'll just prop that back wheel up on something. When are you start buying parts for the KX, dude?
After this CR is done.
Really, you don't have too much to get for that, do you?
No, I need to redo my fork seals though.
Yeah, what, fork seals, sprockets, that about it.
Yeah, and chain.
Yeah, that's not too much.
We still gotta keep going with the wrench. And then I wanna work on getting bling parts.
Oh yeah, I thought you wanted to do that.
So since Hunter's had his frame powder coated, the top linkage, top part of the linkage where the bolt goes, doesn't want to come out of the groove it's in, because of course extra paint on the frame and whatnot. So we're gonna have to persuade it out a little bit, but we'll update you guys when everything's out.
They're kind of prone to getting stuck anyway, and the powder coat doesn't really help.
Yeah.
So we're just kind of battling that right now. Alright, I'm working on wiping this down right now. And then once I get all the extra old grease and dirt out of here, I'm gonna get the rest of these seals out so I can look at the bearings. I got this one out, and this one definitely looks good, but I need to grease them for sure. They're starting to run low. So I'm just gonna keep working on that and see if any of these bearings are bad. And if they are, I'll either replace them if I have the part, or I'll get them ordered up so I can replace them, because you don't want to run shot linkage bearings. And if they get bad enough, they can actually seize into here, or if you somehow wear all the way through them, you'll start wearing into your linkage and then it's shot. And you'll have to look for new linkage, and it can get hard to find on older bikes and sometimes expensive. So it's better to do the maintenance before they go bad and get them fixed before it costs you more money in the long run. And it's really not that hard to do. It's a little bit of a pain, but it's definitely doable. This is one thing that can start to happen too when your bearings go bad, because they start to get play and they'll start to rub on your parts. Because like I said, when I got this bike, it was just completely thrashed, so you can see a lot of wear there and here, but it wasn't bad enough to where the linkage was shot. So by cleaning it up and putting new bearings in, it was able to be saved. But if it does get bad enough, you will have to start replacing components, which is no fun. Alright, so I got the seal out of this one and this sleeve that it rides in, and there's actually still, I don't know if you can tell, but there's some clean grease in there.
It won't focus.
Alright, you can take my word for it, but you can see it was starting to get dirty, so it definitely does need to be cleaned and repacked so it doesn't start to rust. It'll make your bearings last a lot longer. It's not fun to replace these bearings because they can get pretty expensive. Like these are all pivot work bearings that I put in here when I first redid them, or my dad and I did. And they held up so good so far, but there's not a ton of time on them. You just want to do this every so often because your linkage gets a lot of water and dirt in it. So those bearings are prone to going out. So you just want to really stay on top of your maintenance and not get too far behind on it, and everything should stay good as long as possible. Alright, now I'm just working on getting the rest of this old grease off. I got most of it out of these bearings. There wasn't a ton of bad grease in there. Like I said, there was actually still some good grease, like right there. Still, it's not black. There was some around the edges, so eventually it would have started to make its way inside, and that's what you don't want, because that means it's bringing dirt in, which acts almost like sandpaper in there and really does a number on your bearings. But anyway, I'm just going to get all the grease I can off of these parts, and then I'm going to put the fresh grease on, and then start putting it back together and get it ready to go in the bike.
Hey, the bearings end up being shot.
Surprisingly, no. They all look fine. There's no needles missing. They don't look worn out. They look pretty fresh, actually. So that little play must have just been a little bit of take up in the linkage. Like I know on some bikes when you go to aftermarket linkage that can happen. So I don't know if these dog bones are a little worn out or what. So it's still kind of unsure what it is. If you guys know why it does that, you can feel free to post it in the comments. We look at all our comments and we try to respond to all of them if we can.
Yeah, we're pretty good with responding. I don't know, we both always have our phones on us, it feels like, so.
Unless it's Darren, then we won't respond to you.
Yeah, Darren, you comment, dude, and I'm deleting it within the first 30 seconds of being up, just saying.
Just kidding.
No, I'm not.
Dude, the other one's up there where he roasted you.
Yeah, whatever, dude.
That one's staying up there too, that's
Yeah.
funny.
Whatever.
So yeah, go check for that comment and like it, it's kind of funny.
Shut up, don't.
But you have to watch the whole video to understand it, so make sure you watch all the videos.
Yeah. Whatever.
Alright, I finished cleaning everything up, and I got all the bearings in the linkage packed, and I got these ones in the swing arm pack too, but we didn't really show it because it's kind of goofy to get in there, but I didn't forget those ones. In case you were wondering, this is the spacer for that one, so I'll get that back in there. And like I said, surprisingly none of them were, none of the bearings were shot, which I thought they would at least be rusty, but they still had clean grease in them, so as long as you're doing your maintenance, they shouldn't get bad quick. And you don't want to get behind on it. Like if you have a day where you go and ride and it's really like muddy, watery, you might want to take your linkage apart and throw some grease in it, because that's when you're most likely to get water in them. But really, it's up to you. If you don't want to do it, don't do it, and they'll just wear out quicker. So, like I said, it's better to get the maintenance done before you have a problem than to wait until you have a problem to fix it, in my opinion. I don't know if you agree, but that's my stance.
I agree. It'll save you money.
Oh,
Yeah. Speaking of saving money, that's what I'm not doing with this thing. This thing's still taking more money. But, we just, me. I just ordered the last 2 parts that we needed for this bike. After these parts come in, one's coming in this Friday, the day that this video is going up. And then one is coming in the following Monday. And then once those come in, it'll probably be like a week, maybe I'd say about 2 to 3 weeks. And then I'm going to put graphics on this bike, or at least order them. I don't know if I'll put them on, unless, we had a heater in the garage, so, and a heat gun. So we'll probably put them on here in 2 to 3 weeks once I order them. I have no idea what I'm going for yet on this bike. I definitely want something that covers, you can kind of see it. There's like light scratches in here, in these. And take like an SOS pad or something to these real quick. See if we can get all the dirt off and whatnot. But This bike is almost done. It's like I say that every time I'm on here, but I actually made it this time, and yeah, so we'll be able to start this thing, ride it around for a few if we have a nice day, because Michigan's stupid.
Yeah, like in case you're wondering, yesterday it was 50 degrees and today it was in the 20s.
Yeah, so if I would have had the parts in for this bike, we could have been riding it yesterday, but I was slacking and waited a while to order them. But yeah, I'm pumped to have this thing almost done and whatnot. I've always wanted a 252 stroke, but I think I'm gonna have to let this one go, just for the fact of wanting to put some money in the bank to buy another toy. But I had fun building it. But we're definitely gonna do a full like recap video, or not a recap, but a reveal video on this once we get everything done with it. You almost done over there?
I'm working on it. I'll pop in all these first seals back in. And then it should be about ready to go in, but this is going to give us trouble again, so we'll see how long that takes. Probably forever.
Takes more than 5 minutes. I'm throwing your bike in the garbage. I'm putting it by the side of the road.
I don't know.
I will pay someone to take it.
Well, I'll take it. You can pay me.
Psych. I really want to make a joke about that grease. Well, I'm not going to.
I'm glad you're not.
Jesus, tits, I'm tired. So majestic.
Dude, you're weird.
Shut up.
You show the people you finally got rid of your neck beard?
Nope, I did not. Got rid of the old neck beard.
Yeah, about time.
Shut up.
It was looking gumpy.
Bro, I dug it. I dug it for a few.
Gumpy. You look like a level 100 basement troll.
Even got a haircut too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude. It was all about it this past weekend.
Yeah, you clean your act up.
Yeah.
You on the court?
Maybe. Never know, man.
I was about to make a joke when I was getting my stuff for my work orientation that I was like, see your boy in court tomorrow. That's how I feel.
That's fun. You should have.
Yeah, but I didn't.
You should have walked in that meeting with your fanny pack on, your belly button.
I should just went in like a t-shirt and sweats. And
Yeah.
I was
Like,
picking out so.
Ah! You started before I could record.
Are you recording now?
Yeah.
Okay. Dude, you gotta be ready to go. That actually went in really easy. That went in way easier than I thought it would.
It's like already in type deal?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you're definitely gonna, you're most likely gonna need a soft mallet like this. You definitely don't want to use a hammer because you'll end up breaking parts. I don't know if you guys watch a lot of other videos, but I'll see videos where people where someone went to split their cases and they used like what's it called, a framing hammer to separate their cases, and all it just, you see, and it's like, stop.
Yeah.
Break those cases and move them over.
Time for a new bike.
Yeah, or you have to try and find some new cases, which is
Yeah.
doable, but it's expensive. And if you get a mallet, it shouldn't damage it unless you're whacking it super hard.
Yeah.
Oh man, I left a spacer. Now I gotta clean all the dirt off of it.
Jesus, Murphy. But I prefer a dead blow hammer. For those who don't know what a dead blow is, it's a plastic rubbery hammer that has like ball beads inside, or sand.
Yeah, it's usually sand or like little ball bearings.
Yeah, and it really doesn't do anything besides deliver the impact to whether you're hitting it. It really doesn't leave marks or anything. So I prefer that. I think Hunter pretty much just had that rubber mallet laying around, so he grabbed that. But
Oh, this, you don't really have enough room to get the advantages of a dead blow because you need a little space because that sand or whatever's in there weighting it moves, so it hits a little harder.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're both handy. You might as well have both. You can get them pretty cheap.
Yeah, I mean, go to any hardware store, Menards, Home Depot, whatever.
You can even get the dead blows at Walmart.
Can you really?
Yeah.
Oh. Have you used your new pliers yet?
Not really. Not on anything like no hard use yet.
So I'm debating if I want to set it. I like the way that they looked and felt, but
Yeah, they feel nice. They look pretty decently made. We'll find out eventually. Dang, now I gotta clean this one too. Yeah, you guys want to put a light coat of grease on here just to stop any corrosion, because if these are steel, so if water gets in there, they'll get rusty. You don't want that to happen because they'll seize on there. You can use anti-seize too, but grease will work also.
yeah, and just heads up, use anti-seize as soon as you say the word anti-seize or look at the anti-seize jar. It's already on your pillow and on everything you own. That's shit gets on everything. Like us talking about it has me worried that I have anti-seize on all my stuff now. But that stuff saves lives though, for real. Even though it's a mess, I mean, it saves things from, anti-seizing, so not seizing up, so.
It makes it so things are less likely to seize.
Yeah,
That's the name.
yeah, things saved my life a few times.
Oh yeah.
Alright, so I guess we'll come back and update you once the linkage is fully put back together.
Alright, so I got the linkage back on. It's all greased up, put back together, and still has that movement in there, but all those bearings still look brand new. And I don't know if you can see that, but it looks just like,
Okay, let me get in there.
it looks just a little bit like some take up. It doesn't look like any of the bearings are moving, so I'm still not sure about that. I know sometimes when you put at least aftermarket suspension on, the linkage will have a little bit of take up on it, so I don't know if it's that or it's another issue. Like I said, if you do know, you can feel free to post it in the comments. But now all my bearings are greased pretty well, because I did my swing arm ones when I rebuilt the motor and my rear axle ones. I did the front ones just not too long before that. So now I'm good to go for next year. And that's going to be it for this video. You're going to start seeing videos on Fridays instead of Thursdays. It's just easier for us. It gives us another day to film and edit. So yeah, catch you next time.